Benedict XVI says in order to guarantee world peace, one must do its part in protecting the environment. That's his key message for World Day for Peace, which takes place January 1st. The Pope's theme for 2010 is, if you want to cultivate peace, protect creation. It's not the first time a pope warns of the close relationship between peace and environmental protection. 20 years ago, John Paul II called for a greater sense of solidarity in order to solve the ecological crisis.
In a society where we think of so many things as disposable, where we expect to be constantly discarding last year's gadget and replacing it with this year's model, do we end up tempted to think of people and relationships as disposable? Are we so fixated on keeping up with change that we lose any sense of our need for stability? One of the buzzwords of recent years has been sustainability. And like all buzzwords, it tends to be used annoyingly all over the place, often for things it doesn't really fit. But what the word points to is the sense of obligation that most of us share at some deep level. The obligation to hand on to our children and grandchildren a legacy that helps them live and flourish. Building to last is something we all understand. And if we live in a context where we construct everything from computers to buildings to relationships on the assumption that they'll need to be replaced before long, what have we lost?
Hello, I'm Mardi, Tindal, Moderator of the United Church of Canada. I was at the United Nations Climate Conference in Copenhagen, and I returned heartbroken that no agreement was reached to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, that the fate of the world is left hanging on a precarious thread of good intentions with no agreement or accountability. Why, you may ask? Well, here's my thinking. When our actions threaten the lives of millions of people and other creatures, that is wrong. When our lack of action endangers communities in every region of the world, that is wrong. When our economic systems jeopardize the well-being of future generations, that is wrong.
In my view, the great challenge facing mankind as it considers climate change is how to stop the accumulation of carbon in the atmosphere and how to restore the Earth's capacity to absorb and hold carbon. To achieve that aim, we need to increase the vegetation cover of the Earth's surface. I am very much concerned because we see every day and everywhere the dangers and the threats to our own existence on the planet, to our own life and the life of the future generations. We have to think of them as well, to whom we owe this planet. We have to share it with all of them. Thus we begin the process of healing our worldly environment, which was blessed with beauty and created by God.